The night before our engagement, I discovered chat logs revealing my boyfriend's affair. I didn't take my pill that night. Don't worry, I'll take responsibility. I was disgusted, but I cut my losses quickly. He knelt at my feet, begging for another chance, only for his crazy mistress to later cut off his tool. Tomorrow was the day of Ryan's and my engagement. That night, we were curled up on the sofa discussing the schedule for the engagement party when his phone suddenly rang with a video call. "Stella, I need to take this call." "Okay, I'll keep thinking about the arrangements here." He pulled his phone from his pocket, answering as he walked towards the balcony. I could faintly hear phrases like, "What's going on?" and "I'll be right there." Then he slid the balcony door shut, and I couldn't hear much anymore. "Stella, something urgent came up at the workplace. My boss called and needs me to go in. It's pretty urgent, so I might be back late." He pursed his lips, his tone full of helplessness. I couldn't help but frown. "Didn't you take 2 days off? There are over a dozen people in your team. Why do they need you?" "There's a promotion spot opening up, and I want to move up. I need to show extra effort lately." He walked over, gently wrapping his arms around me. His voice was soft. "This is for you too. If I make more money for the family, you'll have an easier life later, and your father will like me more. All right, but don't overdo it. Come back early. Best fiancé ever." He got up and went to the bedroom to change. Driven by some impulse I couldn't explain, I reached out and unlocked his phone. The messaging app showed the most recent message was 20 minutes ago. I scrolled through several chat windows but found no record of a video call. Hearing footsteps behind me, I turned the screen off and placed the phone gently back on the coffee table. He approached, leaned down, and kissed the top of my head. His voice was gentle. "Wait for me." I tossed the schedule onto the sofa, turned, and went to the bathroom. After showering, I lay on the bed scrolling through my phone when my best friend Chloe suddenly video called me. "Is Ryan home?" Her tone was a test the waters. He said he went out for something at the workplace. "Why?" I screenshotted something and sent it to your messaging app. "Take a look. This is Ashley's Instagram. Everyone in our circle knows she's been shamelessly chasing Ryan for 4 or 5 years. Her post looks off. Go check it out quick. You and Ryan are getting engaged tomorrow. She's probably not giving up and trying to stir up trouble again." It's so much information. My head is spinning a bit. I went back to the chat screen, opened the picture Chloe sent. It had been posted just a few minutes earlier, captioned, "Finally got what I wanted." The photo showed a pair of clasped hands resting on the pillows of a large bed in a hotel. The bed was covered in red roses. The woman turned her head, showing half her face, and there were undeniable hickeys on her collarbone. Only a small section of their arms was visible, as if to make sure no one missed what they were doing. She even included the hotel's location. I zoomed in on the picture, noticing a few pieces of clothes casually draped by the window and on the sofa in the hotel room. My heart sank because the clothes she wore when she left the house were also gray. "Chloe, send me the link to Ashley's Twitter." I felt a bit sick to my stomach, but I couldn't quite believe it was Ryan. Ashley had pulled stunts like this before when she was chasing him, taking ambiguous photos and screenshots of suggestive chat logs just to try and make Ryan and me fight and break up. We were getting engaged tomorrow, and she still wasn't giving up. Chloe said, "Sent it. I'm just worried. Giving you a heads up. I'm afraid Ashley knows you're getting engaged tomorrow and will try to mess things up. Ryan has rejected her countless times. I've never seen anyone so shameless. Maybe she's jealous of you. She's hated you since you started university. She should look at herself. What does she have to compare to you? She has no looks, no smarts, no personality. Ryan isn't blind. If you're worried, call him later and ask." My earlier doubts stemming from the video call Ryan took before leaving, which had no record, largely dissipated after hearing Chloe's words. Ryan had always looked down on Ashley. I felt a wave of relief and inwardly chided myself for being overly sensitive. "I'll call Ryan in a bit." "Oh, right, Ryan and I are planning to have the wedding in October. You absolutely have to keep that time free and be my maid of honor. Anyone else can miss it, but you have to be there." "Haha, don't worry. We pinkies swear on this back in kindergarten." We chatted about the engagement tomorrow for a bit longer. After hanging up the video call, I dialed Ryan's number. It was picked up after just one ring. "Hello? What is it, Stella?" "Nothing much. Did you get to the workplace?" "Yeah, just got here a few minutes ago. Miss me already?" His voice was no different than usual, gentle and warm. The stone weighing on my heart lightened slightly. My fingers restlessly fiddled with the sofa cushion tassels. Has Ashley been bothering you? I'm a little worried she might do something extreme if she knows we're getting engaged. Ugh. Thinking about her annoys me. But she hasn't contacted me lately. Why the sudden mention of her? Ryan's disgust was palpable through the phone. I felt relieved. I just remembered things she's done before and got a little scared she might cause trouble. Don't worry. We're getting married in October. Can she really just brazenly try to be a mistress? Hearing Ryan say this, I gradually felt my heart settle. If he truly loved someone, how could he say something like that? Okay, you keep working. Hey, is that water running in the background? I'm taking the call in the bathroom.
Oh, all right.
Come back early, when you're done. Okay. If you're tired, just go to sleep first. After hanging up, I sat there lost in thought. Ashley was truly an irritating person. Ever since Ryan and I started dating, she had been relentlessly trying to steal him away. We'd been dating for 5 years, and Ashley had been secretly in love with Ryan for 5 years. Not really secret, more like a crush known throughout the entire university. The first time I ever knew about her was the day Ryan went public with our relationship on social media. Ashley found our department's class schedule and cornered me outside a lecture hall. Are you Jiang Shui? Translator's note, sticking to Stella's name as per the table. She frowned, eyeing me sidelong with a look that made me incredibly uncomfortable, sizing me up and down. Can I help you? I hated that kind of aggressive and disdainful look. So you're Ryan's girlfriend? You're not much to look at, are you? She stared at my face, her contempt completely undisguised. A crowd gathered by the classroom door to watch the show. My face flushed with anger. In my 18 years of life before this, I had never encountered anyone so rude and impolite. I decided I wouldn't be polite either. Are you just saying that because you're jealous that I'm pretty, smart, and Ryan likes me? Her face instantly fell. What are you so proud of? I knew him before you. I liked him before you. So, what if you're dating? It's a fair competition, and it's not decided who'll win in the end. She continued, scrutinizing me from head to toe. So, what if you're a little pretty? How superficial. Don't think you can win just like that. After saying that, she turned and walked away. I rolled my eyes inwardly. It wasn't me judging by appearance, but she really was plain-looking, with a face full of acne scars. On top of that, she was sloppy, her hair greasy and plastered to her scalp, and her clothes looked yellowed. That afternoon at lunch, I told Ryan about Ashley, and he gave me a look that said it all. One time I was eating at the cafeteria, she was in front of me and didn't have money and wouldn't move, and I was in a hurry to eat, so I bought her a bowl of congee. After that, she latched onto me. You have no idea how annoying she is. I've never disliked someone so much. I'm never doing good deeds again. I still remember Ryan's look of utter despair back then. After Ashley somehow got Ryan's contact information, she started messaging him every day, asking where he was having class, what he was eating, sending him screenshots of funny jokes. Sometimes she'd put on some weird makeup, take selfies, and send them to Ryan, asking him if she looked good like that. After Ryan blocked her, she'd find his classrooms and corner him at the door, grin cheekily, and say she wouldn't give up, then hand him love letters. I've never seen anyone so brazen in my life. Sometimes, when he was really cornered, Ryan would hold his head and ask me if he should call the police. Later, I even became a little afraid of her because her personality was terrifyingly obsessive/paranoid. She never considered other people's feelings and didn't care about her own dignity. For a while, she'd often call Ryan late at night, pick up, say nothing for 10 or 15 seconds, then hang up. She also frequently hung around outside my dorm room. If someone opened the door, she'd peek inside and ask my roommates if Stella was back for the night. Later I found out she was afraid Ryan and I were going to get a hotel room and not come back to the dorm. She harassed Ryan like that for 5 years, and she harassed me for 5 years too. I have a gentle personality and dislike causing trouble, so I always chose to give her the cold shoulder, hoping she'd eventually give up. Ryan and I had a loving relationship, and we were getting married in October. Getting rid of that leech was finally within sight. Once we got the marriage certificate, let's see how she could still say it was a fair competition. Just now, I used a burner account to follow Ashley, and a notification popped up. Ashley had posted a new tweet. The picture was the back of a man drying his hair, shirtless, with only a short towel wrapped around his waist. The background was the same as the previous hotel photo. Looking at the small part of the man's profile visible, I was shocked. I zoomed in and out, examined it carefully, and felt like I'd been hit by lightning. I was too familiar with the curve of Ryan's face. He only posted one picture, but I felt the naked provocation. This tweet was specifically meant for me to see. She didn't want Ryan and me to have a smooth engagement. My anger shot straight to the top of my head. I silently repeated, *, calm down, calm down. The picture must be photoshopped. *. This time, I called Ryan directly via video, but it was instantly hung up after just one ring. My anger couldn't be contained, and my heart began to sink. Before I could even ask, Ryan messaged me. In a meeting. Forgot to silence my phone. *. Oh, really? Send me a picture. *. I even added a sad emoji and kept my tone normal. 2 or 3 minutes later, Ryan actually sent me a photo of himself in a conference room meeting. *Stella, I'll call you after the meeting. I zoomed in on the photo he sent, scrutinizing every detail, and finally found something off. The time displayed in the upper right corner of the screen being projected showed 11:28. This picture wasn't taken just now. I remembered the video call he took before leaving. Usually, when his colleagues called, he'd take the call in front of me. Why did he go to the balcony today? Many possibilities flashed through my mind, but I still didn't want to believe it. How could this be? I couldn't believe he would betray me, and I couldn't believe it was Ashley. Just as I was about to call Ryan again, a verification message came through on my messaging app. The applicant's profile picture was a golden kitten. I laughed angrily, instantly guessing who it was. I immediately declined, but she immediately sent another verification message. Don't know if there are some pictures you'd like to see? My mind was faster than my hands. By the time I realized what I was doing, I had already accepted. She instantly sent 3 pictures. One was a night with clearly visible stars, showing her and Ryan kissing in front of a bonfire. Another was her riding on Ryan's shoulders like a child watching fireworks at an amusement park. The last one was her leaning on Ryan's shoulder, stroking a golden kitten in her arms, while Ryan looked at her with a pampered/doting smile. The image of Ryan as gentle and considerate in my heart instantly shattered. Something was draining away rapidly, maybe 10 seconds, maybe 20. Once she confirmed I had seen the photos, she recalled them one by one, then nonchalantly said, "Heard you're getting engaged tomorrow?"
Звездица.
I typed a string of angry curses. I've seen shameless people, but I've never seen anyone as utterly brazen as you. What's the use of being decent? I told you it wasn't decided who would win. A little engagement surprise for you. Happy engagement. If you're still willing to go through with it. I was furious. I blocked her immediately. I knew she was just trying to provoke me. I swept the picture frame off the table. It was a photo of Ryan and me from his birthday. Still not satisfied, I tore up all the photos of us in the house. Standing in the messy, silent living room, I felt like a complete joke. I had imagined so many futures for us. Last night, we were lying in bed and he was still talking about wanting a daughter. I said we should get a cat and a dog too, and he happily said yes.
But now, I didn't know what I was to him.
I didn't know how someone could be so hypocritical, saying one thing and doing another. Was he saying the same gentle things, the same sweet talk, to Ashley? After the initial wave of rage and heartbreak passed, I gradually calmed down, thinking about what I should do. Being angry was justified, but I wasn't just angry. That scumbag and trashy woman were still having a blast at the hotel. All I wanted now was to know when they started, and to expose them both, let everyone see their hypocritical, disgusting faces. I was even a little grateful to Ashley. She certainly picked her moment. Thank goodness Ryan and I hadn't gotten married yet. If it weren't for her, I'd still be a fool, completely deceived by Ryan. I couldn't imagine what I would do if I found out about all this after we were married, or even after I was pregnant. The thought sent chills down my spine. The immediate priority was to move out. When Ryan came back, he would definitely try to stop me, and things would get more complicated. I called Chloe, getting straight to the point. Ryan cheated. He cheated with Ashley. No way. Seriously? Undeniable proof. No, what happened? Didn't you say it was a misunderstanding just now? Me? The photo really is Ryan. Chloe's voice was full of shock. Can't explain it all now, but long story short. Chloe exclaimed, "Is he crazy? What was he thinking? You're getting engaged tomorrow." Yeah, lucky I found out before the engagement and marriage certificate. Ryan is such a good actor. He hit it so well. He was so good to you before. All our friends were looking forward to celebrating your wedding. I ran into Nicole the other day, and she heard you two were getting married and said she believed in love again.
My heart ached hearing that.
Everyone else believed it was real, except for him. I had genuinely thought Ryan was the person I would spend the rest of my life with. He was discussing the engagement schedule with me before he left tonight. He kissed me before he walked out the door, but then he went and got into another woman's bed. It disgusted me. The more I thought about it, the more disgusted I felt. Sigh, you never know what's in someone's heart. They look like a good person, but who knows, their heart might be black. Stella, what are you going to do? Move out first, then notify everyone that the engagement is cancelled. I also want to gather more evidence. I can't let them get away with this so easily. And Ryan isn't back yet. I want to confront him face to face. I've thought about it. I can't accept a partner or future husband cheating. It's a matter of principle, no room for compromise. I don't want to drag it out. This is how it should be, cut ties decisively. Better a short pain than a long one. It's time to turn over a new leaf. I'm still a little scared. Ryan is two-faced, playing the game too well, acting too convincingly. What if I'd only found out after we were married, or even had kids? What would I do? I definitely wouldn't be able to just walk away like this. Ryan is so calculating. He probably had you wrapped around his finger, thinking he could tie you down with marriage and kids before dropping the act. But why Ashley? I'm even doubting myself now. I'm clearly better than her in every way, but Ryan still cheated. The flowers at home were never as appealing as the wild ones. He's just a jerk. Don't doubt yourself. You are amazing. You have no idea how amazing you are in my eyes. You're the kind of girl you can tell was born with a silver spoon and grew up pampered, kind, genuine, not materialistic, emotionally stable. Do you think Ryan's stupid? He saw how good you are. That's why he kept it hidden and didn't want to let go. He knew it would be too hard to find someone like you again. So, Stella, anyone who loses you, it's their loss, not yours. The sadness and heartache of the evening were greatly soothed by Chloe's encouragement. That's right. Why should I doubt myself because of someone else's mistakes? You should pack your things quickly. He'll definitely try to stop you when he gets back. That's what I was thinking. I'll come to your place after I pack. Don't come here. I'll drive over and pick you up. Chloe, you're the best. I had only lived in this apartment for 3 months, so I didn't have much stuff. I quickly packed, leaving anything related to Ryan untouched. I only took what was important. 1 large suitcase and 2 small bags were enough to fit everything. I wheeled the suitcase to the door, then turned and grabbed the spare key to Ryan's bedroom. I usually respected his privacy and rarely touched anything in his room, but now I wanted to see how many secrets he was hiding. Under the desk was a cabinet with a lock. I couldn't find the key, so I just used the pliers from the toolbox to cut it open. Inside were many items, including small gifts I had given him when we first started dating and 2 thick photo albums. I flipped through them casually and found they contained not only pictures of Ryan and me but also photos of Ashley and other girls who had previously chased Ryan. Every photo was laminated and well-preserved, their colors still vibrant. At the bottom was a thick stack of letters. Judging by the covers, each one was a love letter from Ashley to Ryan, from freshman year to senior year. He had kept every single one. There was also an old phone he had used before starting work. I wasn't interested in reading what Ashley had written to Ryan. I plugged the phone in and turned it on. The password was saved in the Notes app. I immediately logged into the older social media account he hadn't used in a long time. The top contact on his account was nicknamed with a sheep emoji. I instantly knew this sheep was Ashley. I clicked into the chat log and scrolled back. I didn't expect there to be so much. It took me 10 minutes of continuous scrolling to reach the beginning. They started chatting 2 years ago and gradually became more frequent. Because Ashley kept messaging him, Ryan started responding every day, his tone affectionate, completely different from his previous attitude towards her. In freshman year, Ryan often cursed Ashley to my face, calling her shameless and ill-mannered. But in the chat logs, Ashley said she went hiking and forgot to eat breakfast. Ryan scolded her. "Idiot! How can you not even take care of yourself?" Next time this happens, I'll punish you by making you wake up early and buy me breakfast for a month. Ashley replied playfully, when I get back, I'll bring you breakfast every morning. She sent Ryan pictures of herself dancing, and Ryan seriously praised her, saying she was great and had improved a lot. Even though I had decided to move on, seeing these chat logs made my chest tight, my heart aching with sharp pangs. I didn't know how I managed to read tens of thousands of messages one by one. I hated his hypocrisy. If he had feelings for someone else, he could have just told me directly. I wasn't someone he couldn't live without. But he chose to pretend to be deeply in love and keep lying to me. If I hadn't found out, he would have planned to keep it a secret forever and marry me with a clear conscience. I hadn't cried before, but now tears streamed down my face uncontrollably. I felt my 5 years of feelings were worthless. One part of the chat log really hit me hard. In senior year, I missed a step going down the stairs and sprained my ankle. My ankle was swollen and terrifying. When Ryan found out, he immediately took leave and rushed back to the university to see me. I've always been a bit childish. When I see someone I love, even small things can make me feel very wronged and in need of comfort. I hugged him and cried, saying I was so clumsy and my foot hurt so much. He personally rubbed pain relief cream on it and gently comforted me. But what did he tell Ashley? Before, I'd feel awful if she even scraped her knee. Now, hearing her cry, I feel absolutely nothing, even a little annoyed. Stella is pretty spoiled. It was just a bump. Honestly, she's a bit dramatic. I could even imagine her gloating expression. Not only did he share his concern for me with Ashley, but he also spent money on her. 5 or 6 transfers added up to almost 20,000 yuan. A year ago, Ashley's mother was sick and needed surgery. Ryan directly transferred 10,000 yuan to Ashley, telling her to ask for more if it wasn't enough. At that time, he was still an intern. His monthly salary was only a little over 3,000 yuan and he had to pay rent. He had no spare money at all. But he lied to me, saying his mother was sick and needed surgery. Seeing his eyes red-rimmed as if he was about to cry, my heart softened, and without a second thought, I transferred him 8,000 yuan from the scholarship money I had just received at the start of the semester. It never even crossed my mind to ask for it back. He took my money to show off his generosity to my rival. There were also some scattered transfers. Ashley said she wanted plastic surgery, but didn't have enough money, and Ryan transferred it without hesitation. She got a nose job, a brow lift, opened up her inner eye corners, later got liposuction, and even had her cheekbones shaved down. The money Ryan gave was a drop in the ocean compared to the cost of the surgery. Ashley just wanted Ryan to see how far she would go for him. She even used me as a plastic surgery template, becoming a little more like me each time she had something done. She'd find the right angles to take pictures and send them to Ryan, asking him if she looked good. Ryan would say things like, "You looked great before, too. Plastic surgery is risky," but he never hesitated to give praise and financial support. He clearly enjoyed the feeling of a girl being madly in love with him, giving him everything. I took pictures of the more crucial evidence. If Ryan tried to argue, I would throw the evidence in his face. I checked my watch. It had been over an hour since I called Ryan, and his meeting still wasn't over. Besides chatting with Ashley, Ryan had many girlfriends whose profile pictures were influencer photos. The last message was a group message, a QR code for a messaging app image. "Baby, let's pick up where we left off somewhere new." My heart pounded. It wasn't what I thought, was it? It actually was what I thought. I opened the chat logs. Each one was very brief. "Free tonight? Yeah. 9 p.m. Hotel name XXXX. There were dozens of similar chat logs, and with some people, he exchanged more open and bold photos, barely dressed. So disgusting, so dirty. The screen filled with vulgar messages made me feel nauseous. He didn't seem to have much desire for me. When we first started dating, I told him I wasn't comfortable with premarital sexual activity, and he respected my wishes. Sometimes, when things got passionate, he would take me home and leave. I always thought he was respecting my boundaries and cared about me. Later, as our relationship progressed towards marriage, I no longer felt resistant. If he had initiated, I wouldn't have refused. But he had gotten used to stopping short of. Seeing he had no such inclination, I wasn't someone who would initiate either. But now, seeing this, it wasn't restraint at all. It was the physical inability that comes from excessive indulgence/promiscuity. Remembering he had kissed me before he left, I was so disgusted I got goosebumps all over. And it didn't even stop there. Ryan was very active on male-centric websites, often bragging and sharing his foolproof methods for picking up girls. What's the most satisfying life for a man? Marrying an obedient, gentle wife to bear his children, and having 3 or 5 mistresses with different charms. That must be his true inner thought. I wasn't really angry anymore, just utterly disgusted. How could I have loved someone like this? 6 years in a relationship, I must have been blind. After looking through everything, I put the items back where they belonged. I threw the broken lock, snapped in half, directly into the suitcase. I typed and revised a post. First, I briefly reviewed the difficulty of Ryan's and my relationship, then stated that I had seen inappropriate photos of Ryan with other girls, leading to the breakdown of our relationship. I was incredibly heartbroken. My current state made it impossible for me to participate in tomorrow's ceremony. The engagement was canceled. I apologize for the inconvenience caused to friends and family regarding travel plans, and I thank my friends for their understanding. I clicked send to all. 2 minutes later, my messaging app exploded. The message bar was flashing madly, and the phone rang constantly. I silenced my phone. My current image was that of someone devastated and unable to cope after discovering her fiancé cheated right before the engagement. Except for messages from my parents, I didn't reply to anyone else. After over an hour of silence, Ryan finally called me back. Canceling the engagement is a huge deal. Why didn't you discuss it with me first? I know you saw the pictures Ashley posted. Those weren't me at all. Believe me, don't make a scene. Hurry and send another message explaining that it was all a misunderstanding. I wanted to laugh. He probably didn't know I had already seen the message Ashley sent him on his tablet in the study. I didn't take my pill that night. Ryan hadn't seemed nervous at all. It's okay, I'll take responsibility. What nerve, planning to raise a child out of wedlock. If you're not back in 20 minutes, I'll send the pictures of you and Ashley in bed to everyone. After sending the message, I turned off my phone. About 10 minutes later, I heard the sound of the door opening. Sure enough, someone who cared so much about appearances would value their reputation. He immediately tried to hug me, but I sidestepped, my eyes barely concealing my disgust. He put on a pained expression. Stella, it's not what you think. Nothing happened between us. Do you think I'm an idiot? It was really a misunderstanding. I did go to the hotel tonight. It was Ashley. She threatened to kill herself to force me, and I was afraid someone would die and it would implicate you. I stared at him. You don't know the number for the police or the number for an ambulance. You needed to run there to save her, and then roll into bed to comfort her. Stella, that's too cold-blooded. That's a human life, after all. Still trying to use moral blackmail on me? I know what you're thinking. You think I'm kind, won't cause trouble, easy to handle, and perfect to be an obedient wife. And you think Ashley would do anything for you, so you want her as your mistress. You think I love you so much, I'll see you through rose-tinted glasses. You think Ashley loves you so much, she'll settle for being second best. You have no idea that you can't truly share someone you love. You might be okay with a relationship of 3 people, but I'm not. And Ashley isn't either, otherwise, why would she go to such lengths to tell me you two had something going on for so long? She sent me intimate photos of you two. You're so hypocritical. I caught the shock and panic in his eyes. He tried to reach out and grab me, but I violently shook him off. Stella, I was wrong. I'll cut off all contact with Ashley immediately. I love you the most. I really do love you. Can you give me another chance? No chance. He kept pestering me for a long time, refusing to give up. I was truly impatient. Ryan, you still haven't realized how despicable you are? You maintained relationships with so many girls while we were dating, and now you still want to lie and marry me. Don't act like you were so helpless and wronged. As much as I liked you before, I dislike you now. You are a hypocritical, selfish, unfaithful person. I will never forgive you. Use this time to figure out how to explain things to your parents and friends. I got up to leave, but he suddenly called out to me, his tone angry. Haven't you thought about your own reasons? Are you saying you're completely blameless? My mind was filled with question marks. He shouted, Why did I cheat? It's because you wouldn't let me touch you. I'm a man. No man can tolerate that. You act like a spoiled princess at home, never taking care of me, not cooking, not washing clothes, not doing dishes. Everyone thinks you're kind and virtuous, but only I know you're not that great. You do chores haphazardly, you like to act spoiled, you're easily temperamental. Only I can tolerate these flaws of yours. I said, with your ability to twist black and white and sow discord, it's a shame you're not on the street pulling scams. I thought he might say something insightful, but it was just him trying to belittle me. I raised my hand and slapped him. It was a loud, clear sound. I'm just kind, I'm not stupid. Seeing that I was about to leave, he suddenly grabbed me from behind. I'm sorry, Stella, I was wrong. Can you give me another chance? It's too late tonight. If you're going to leave, I'll drive you tomorrow morning. He was squeezing me uncomfortably, and I felt even more disgusted. I knew he wanted to use tonight to make things irreversible, and it would be even better for him if he could get me pregnant. I was so angry, my adrenaline surged. I sharply elbowed his ribs, twisted his pinky finger hard, and broke free. Then I directly kicked him hard in the crotch. You're really too naive. Watching him clutch his groin, his face contorted in pain, I still didn't feel satisfied. I stepped forward and slapped him hard again. If I leave now, we're just exes. What? Do you want to become the plaintiff and the defendant? He was in too much pain to speak. Suddenly, there was a knock on the door, growing louder and louder. Stella, I'm here to pick you up. What's going on? I hear fighting. Ryan, you son of a bitch. If you dare lay a hand on Stella, I'll beat you sterile. Open the door. I'm counting to 3. If you don't open up, I'm calling the police. I quickly went and opened the door for Chloe. Chloe stepped forward and took my suitcase. Before leaving, I remembered one more important thing. I turned back to Ryan. The 8,000 yuan you borrowed from me to give to Ashley? Pay it back by tomorrow, and we're even. If you don't, I'll send your story to your company-wide email tomorrow. Going downstairs, I saw that it was Chloe's brother Ethan driving. That scumbag Ryan, Chloe said. I was afraid we couldn't handle him ourselves, so I recruited someone for backup. I buried my head in Chloe's arms, feeling a warmth spread through my heart. You're so good. Why did you let Ryan off so easily? I told her everything I saw on Ryan's phone. He's very calculating and good at pretending. And Ashley has an extreme personality. I don't want to get entangled with them. It's a cesspool, and you'll just get dragged down if you try to fight them. Right now, Ryan is in the wrong, and he has a way out, so he won't pester or make things too difficult for me. The wicked will punish the wicked. Ashley will teach him a lesson. Chloe mused. See? I told you. You're actually very smart. Before, you were just blinded by love. I burst out laughing. Yeah, I really was silly before. I'd believe anything he said. But not everyone's words and actions match. When I was looking at his phone today, I remembered a lot of things that happened before. Ryan wasn't that good at pretending from the start, but I saw him through rose-tinted glasses. Everything was actually traceable. I just didn't want to believe it before, until the undeniable evidence was right in front of me. Ryan and I dated for 4 years and rarely argued. He was funny, considerate, thoughtful, planned for the future, and was willing to make promises. Looking back now, it's ridiculous. Saying a few romantic words, just lip service. What did he actually do for me? Every time he'd paint a grand picture, and then I'd feel sorry for his hardships, and in the end, I was the one giving up a lot of things for him. Giving up Professor Thompson's invitation, giving up grad school, giving up settling and working in my parent city. Chloe hugged me. Turn over a new leaf. Quickly shake off the bad memories and start a new life. We're only 23. We still have so much time and so many opportunities. After arriving at Chloe's place, I called my parents because I was worried they'd be concerned and explained everything. As expected, they understood and supported my decision, just like they hadn't stopped me from giving up grad school and moving to another city with Ryan before. They would voice their opinions, but they never interfered with my choices. Do you have enough money? I just started working, my salary is only a little. Don't worry about saving, buy whatever you want. I'll have your father transfer you tens of thousands too. The emotions that had been building up all day suddenly broke. I felt so wronged, tears streaming down my face. I decided that from now on, I would never again conflict with my parents over love or make them worry. When I get married, I'll find someone who lives close to home. Later, I spent half a month traveling to relax and adjust myself. When I came back, I found that I still wanted to continue studying. I dug out my university professor Thompson's number and shamelessly asked him if he wanted a completely hassle-free grad student next year. He was still bothered by me standing him up earlier that year and gave me a good chewing out. Then he suddenly laughed. Last year you didn't come, and the doctoral advisor in the next apartment was laughing at me. But you ended up coming to me anyway, didn't you? My smile was a little bitter. Besides Ryan, I had let down too many people. Then the pressure hit me. Although I had excellent grades and research experience in university, I had put my studies aside for over half a year, and picking them back up wasn't easy. My study habits weren't as good as they were on campus. Professor Thompson was also a renowned expert in the field. I didn't have a guaranteed grad school admission spot, so I had to start with the graduate entrance exam. But once I decided, I acted on it. It was June, and the exam was 6 months away. I decided to rent an apartment near my old university campus, study at the library like I did in college, and even work as free labor in the lab for the professor. The next time I heard about Ryan was 2 months after we broke up. Chloe said Ashley had a shotgun wedding and was already 2 months pregnant. To avoid starting to show, the wedding was set for July, even earlier than the date Ryan and I had planned to get married. My mind was completely filled with studying. Hearing about them, I felt no ripple of emotion. Instead, I thought it was great that those two could deal with it among themselves and wouldn't go out and cause trouble for others. But I didn't expect Ashley to come looking for me. I was prepared for her to apologize and for me not to forgive her, but I found out she had come to show off. You don't know yet? Ryan and I are getting married next month. Her eyes were full of smug excitement. Looking at her influencer photo's face, completely unlike how she looked in university, I felt pity for her for the first time. She had spent the most energetic, creative, and vibrant years of her life trying to win the love of a man, and that man was a rotten person. You came all this way, 1,000 miles, just to tell me you're getting married? Stella, I won, didn't I? In the end, I won. I worked for 5 years, and I won. I looked at her and smiled silently. Aren't you sad? Her tone held suspicion. I'm ecstatic. I'm truly grateful you let me see Ryan for the scumbag he is. Thank you both for giving me the chance to continue my studies. Why would I be sad? It's not that I don't like Ryan anymore. I look down on him. The man you treat like a treasure, I threw away. I know how to hit her where it hurts because she truly did love Ryan. Congratulations. Did you take wedding photos? Have the engagement party? Ryan hasn't even announced it publicly yet. How come you two are the ones telling me? The smile on her face suddenly disappeared, and her eyes turned hostile. Don't look at me. Go back and ask Ryan properly. I'm starting to wonder if he actually loves you. When he wanted to marry me before, he planned everything perfectly. I won't be going to the wedding. It's disgusting. You don't need to come all this way to test the waters either. I looked down on Ryan. With that, I got up and left. Stella, you just wait and see. I'll live a very happy life, happier than yours. I wished her well. Before Ashley left, an anonymous tip was sent to the department office, accusing me of moral degeneracy, academic misconduct, and improper personal conduct during university. It didn't affect me much, but it infuriated Professor Thompson. I had been working on experiments and projects with him, and my first author papers were all mine. Ashley basically accused Professor Thompson of academic misconduct to his face. She just gave me an excuse to unleash hell. I bundled up the chat logs of Ryan cheating and getting hotel rooms with people and his chat logs with Ashley, turned them into a PDF, and sent it to their company-wide email. I temporarily unblocked Ryan from my blocked list. We were already even. Keep Ashley in line. If it happens again, I'll pay to get you guys on the trending topics. On your wedding day, I'll buy the biggest billboard and play your glorious deeds on repeat. Even a cornered rabbit bites. Stella, I regret it. Are you still in love with me? Is this out of love turned to hate? Ashley is not even worth a single finger compared to you. What disgusted me the most about Ryan was this promiscuous nature, always thinking about other people no matter who he was with. Stella, I love you the most. I endured the nausea and dealt with Ryan. He didn't seem to realize I had exposed him at his workplace. Having gotten the chat logs I wanted, I happily blocked Ryan again. I screenshotted the conversation and submitted it to a relationship blogger Ashley followed and often commented on. Broke up, but ex-boyfriend keeps bothering me, saying he loves me a lot. I'm a little unsure what to do. It was true that I wanted them to turn on each other. Ryan owed me too much. It couldn't be erased with a simple "I'm sorry." After that, it was entirely Chloe relaying the latest news to me. Because of the detrimental email, Ryan lost his promotion eligibility and was forced out of the workplace by his competitors. Ashley had a huge fight with Ryan after seeing the chat logs, but Ryan's parents couldn't bear to lose the child Ashley was carrying, so they still got married. Ryan went to a small company due to the scandal. His salary and career prospects were much worse than before. To save money, Ryan went back on his word after getting married and didn't want to have a wedding for Ashley. Ashley had another huge fight with him over this. With Ryan's skills at sweet-talking, he could have easily twisted Ashley around his finger, saying the wedding was just a formality for others, to give her and the child some money. But I had planted a thorn in her heart. Every time Ryan wanted to shortchange her on the ceremony, she would remember what I said. When Ryan wanted to marry me before, he planned everything perfectly. Since Ashley herself had been the other woman who moved up, she was extra vigilant about every woman around Ryan, checking his phone, showing up at his workplace unexpectedly, and checking his spending records. Ryan used to love Ashley's attention and how she'd become twisted and crazy for him. Now all that was directed at him. Ashley discovered Ryan was getting too close to an intern at the workplace, went straight there, and caused a huge scene. She found Ryan meeting up with someone outside, rushed to the hotel, and caught him red-handed. Even after all this, she still hadn't given up on loving Ryan. With all these things laid out before her, she still believed Ryan loved her. She couldn't see that Ryan was a person who would forever be stuck in the cycle of seeking novelty. I added the final spark. When I was going through Ryan's phone, I noticed his bank card had fixed monthly expenses for medication. Finding the test results, I learned that he had contracted a difficult-to-cure STI a long time ago and could only control the virus level in his body with medication. Future tests would also always be positive. This was why I was able to leave so decisively. I quietly leaked the information to Ashley's university roommate. She was a big gossip, and she and Ashley had never gotten along in college. She was happy to see Ashley embarrassed. Sure enough, within a week, Ryan's hidden illness reached Ashley's ears. Ashley didn't believe it and demanded Ryan get tested to prove himself. Ryan naturally refused. If it was just a rumor, getting tested would make it definite. Ryan was scared. Only then did Ashley gradually start to see Ryan's potential true face. But she was already married, already 5 months pregnant, already trapped with Ryan. What truly broke her was finding out she also tested positive for the virus. One night, when Ryan was heavily drunk, Ashley used scissors to cut off his penis, threw it in the toilet, and flushed it away, making repair impossible. I could roughly guess what was going through Ashley's mind. Since he couldn't control his desires, she would make it so he could never have desires again. That way Ryan would always stay by her side. I wasn't surprised by anything she did. She was an extreme and obsessive person from the start. Even after knowing Ryan's true nature, she couldn't give him up because she had given him too much, so much that her life wouldn't feel complete without him. When Ryan woke up in the hospital bed and found out, he beat Ashley in the hospital stairwell, causing her to miscarry. Chloe later asked me, "You look like you've moved on, but you're actually still holding a grudge, right?" I frankly admitted, "Yeah, I admit I fueled some of their arguments." "Do you think I'm heartless?" Chloe hugged me tightly.
No.
"I'm terrified. If you had married Ryan, you would be the one suffering all this. I would want to kill him." I thought so too. Their suffering was all brought upon themselves. I never slandered or fabricated anything. I just released the truth at the right time. I spent 6 months preparing for the graduate entrance exam, fully demonstrating my top student study skills to Chloe. During the interview, Professor Thompson sat on the panel and asked me the most difficult and tricky questions. Afterwards, she bragged to the other interviewers, "Oh well, what could I do?" She had already graduated and started working, but she just casually studied and scored first place again and insisted on choosing me as her advisor. She didn't even realize her mouth was practically split into two with a grin. In September, on the day I was supposed to report to the lab, I was stopped at the entrance by a bright-eyed guy holding a basketball. "Are you Stella?" Professor Thompson asked me to come pick you up. "She's in a meeting at the department office." He stood in the sunlight, his whole body outlined in a golden glow. Suddenly, I felt how beautiful the university campus was.